Well, good morning, everyone. My name's Ian, and it's great to be with you all for church today on Good Friday, and a very warm welcome to our boys and our girls and our families who are watching in. Now, I've been talking to my kids, and one of the things that they miss because of the lockdown at home is they miss playing with their friends at recess and lunch at school. Now, Tim loves Pokemon cards and playing with them and swapping them with his friends. Now, when I was a kid at school, we didn't have Pokemon cards, but we had two types of cards. We had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards, and we had Rugby League cards. Now, both were pretty awesome, and both came with a big stick of chewing gum. Now, they were great. When we'd get them, we'd find out which of the ones we had doubles of, and then we'd swap them with our friends. Now, and when we would swap, we'd swap because we needed something that was better, or we needed something different, and we'd never, ever swap for something that was worse. That would be absolutely crazy. You see, it's kind of like this. There are some really super rare Pokemon cards. There's this one called Shining Charizard, and it apparently costs thousands of dollars. Now, it is way better than just this energy card that only costs a couple of cents. There's no way that anyone would swap this really, really, really great card for this really, really, really average one. That would just be crazy. You wouldn't swap them at all. Or maybe it's like this. Now, you're in the playground at school and it's recess. You open up your lunchbox and you've hit the jackpot. Your mum has packed you a cupcake. Yeah, pretty good. Now, then your friend who's sitting next to you looks at their lunchbox and all that they have is celery sticks. Woohoo! They look at your cupcake and then say, "Hey, do you want to swap my celery for your cupcake?" There's just no way somebody would swap something this amazing and awesome for a bit of celery. That would be crazy. Well, Good Friday is all about Jesus, and we've been learning about who he was all this term. He was the King. He was the God of everything who was in charge of the world and came into the world to save us. You see, he was the King. Now, I wonder if Jesus would swap anything. Would Jesus swap his crown as God's King, the ruler of this world? Would he swap that for a painful crown made of thorns to be squished onto his head? No way. That would be crazy to be... But actually, that's what Jesus did. You see, Jesus the King was arrested and made fun of. But he swapped his crown of glory for the crown of thorns for us because he loved us amazingly. Well, what else would Jesus swap? You see, he ruled over all things throughout all time. It's kind of like he ruled from a big throne in heaven over all things everywhere. Now, would Jesus swap his throne in heaven for being nailed to a cross? No way, that would be crazy. But you see, that's actually what Jesus did. He left his throne and became one of us and was forced to carry his cross where he was nailed to it and where he died. You see, Jesus swapped his throne for the cross, all because he loved us amazingly. You see, Jesus didn't need to come to be with us because Jesus had friendship with God forever. He was completely innocent, and that's amazing and wonderful. But on the other hand, because of our sin, we're guilty and we're unable to have friendship with God forever. There's no way that Jesus would have swapped his friendship with God forever, his innocence, with all of our sin and all of our guilt is there. That would be crazy, but that's actually what he did. That's actually what Good Friday is all about. Jesus died on the cross. And when he died on the cross, Jesus swapped his friendship with God forever with all of our sin. Jesus took all of our sin upon himself so we could be made friends with God. Jesus swapped all that because he loves us amazingly. Now there's a verse in 1 Peter chapter 3 that says, Jesus died once for our sins. An innocent person died for those who are guilty. Jesus did this to bring you to God. Now Good Friday is all about swapping. It's all about Jesus swapping with us. When Jesus died for us, he gave us friendship with God, and he took all of our sin. And that's the best swap that you will ever hear about. And it's the best news that you will ever hear about. Now I'm going to pray, and I'm going to say thank you so much to Jesus that he would take all of our sin and give us friendship with God forevermore. So would you pray with me? Dear God, thank you so much that even though Jesus was King of everything, he came into the world to take our sin away. Thank you that he swapped all of our sin and gave us friendship with God forevermore when he died on the cross for us. Please help us be incredibly thankful of Jesus' amazing love for us, that he would come to die for us. Amen. Well, friends, just quickly, there are a couple of things that I want to point out. In our family resources on our webpage, there are some activity pages that I would love you to be able to print out, but there's also a link to a Kids Good Friday church service that we've put together. Now, our amazing leaders have made video upon video with singing and games, a talk and memory verse and more in there. Make sure you watch it, make sure you check it out, and even watch it along with your kids. It'll be great.